Hello, hello, hello. I am Earth Angel, established 1990. Welcome to my angelic realm. If this is your first time here, I hope you like what you hear and like what you see and decide to follow me. So, what are we talking about today? We are talking about the wounded masculine. So, I have some fun stuff in store, okay? I have another audio that I did previous to this where I go into details of the difference between wounded and distorted masculine. This one is going to be a preparation for a pick a pal that I'm going to do because I feel like this pick a pal is necessary. I did for the wounded feminine what past issues are resurfacing. So I want to do this for my feminine energy. Again, masculine, I love your feedback as well, but I know I have a lot of feminine energy that follows me. And I want to do this because feminine energy right now is just kind of taking steps backwards, kind of repeating cycles. It's a frustration because right now it's a need for patience because a lot of masculines are in hermit mode and the divine has orchestrated this because they are not in the energy they need to be. And I think the divine, I don't think, I know the divine knows that feminine energy is fragile right now. And so they're trying to, isolate and work with the masculine before the masculine comes back into the feminine's aura and triggers her. Again, it's not pronouns, it's just easier for me to say he, she. I don't want to offend anyone. I welcome everyone. And so this is needed. So I wanted to do a reading because I wanted to give the feminine energy some insight of what's going on with her masculine so she can, is it Nora Jones who says breathe, just breathe? I don't know, I gotta find out who do that, but that's like I need my feminine energies to just breathe and stop going and getting lost down the rabbit hole and repeating unnecessary cycles that we already learned the lesson to. So my next pick up out, I have three specific movies that I'm gonna base around what energy do I feel your masculine is in, and then we're gonna go into what does that entail. So I wanted to do this audio so you can get a little understanding about the masculine character, so I don't have to type all that up in the pick a pile. So I'm going to put it out there. It's going to be crucial for you to listen to this audio to really get all that you can get from this reading. And it's my intent that upon viewing my reading, you can kind of take a breath. You can kind of understand what's going on. Because I feel for most masculines, especially the one that's in this first wave, they have stepped out of distorted energy and now they're more so in wounded energy. So wounded energy is almost there to get into the divine energy, okay? Because distorted is usually the obnoxious, nasty blame game, where the wounded is like the insecure. It's like the healing has started, but they're in an insecure kind of state and they're not quite ready to be in divine energy. So, divine feminists, I got you, okay? So, let's get into it. So, the three movies that I feel best represents wounded masculine energy that I feel like the collective can relate to is The Greatest Showman, Sweet Bird of Youth, and The Way We Were. So, we're going to start with The Greatest Showman because I just did the post with the song, so definitely check that out. Okay, I want to say P.T. Barnum. And it's just so crazy because my daughter's just like obsessed with this movie. She's been playing it. And then, of course, my spiritual team moved through me to get the message. So, the reason I feel like some feminists can relate to their masculine being P.T. Barnum, with all three masculine energies, okay, it's a different in financial status. Okay, now for the greatest showman and the sweet bird of youth, the feminine energy comes from a higher financial status and they come from a lower one. The way we were, the masculine comes from a higher financial status and the feminine comes from a lower one. Okay, and this is crucial. Okay, because this is something I relate to with my masculine. My masculine kind of like to me over glorifies my life. I'm blessed. I have a wonderful mother who, has worked extremely hard to get where she came from. And I do have a middle class background. Okay, like I said, it wasn't always that way. My mom worked extremely hard to get there, especially as a single mother. But yes, I will say I have a middle income background. And for whatever reason, my masculine thinks like labels and all this fancy shit impresses me, which it doesn't. And so this is a problem that P.T. Barnum had as well. His feminine energy came from a high society. And I think he was like the help when he fell in love with her as a child. So he gets obsessed with trying to provide the lifestyle for her that he feels she's accustomed to. And repetitively throughout the movie, she tells him, like, I don't want this. She was never impressed with the high society. She felt like her masculine was this breath of fresh air. He was just so creative and innovative, and she just loved his world. And it's like, he had this beautiful creative world, but he was trying so hard to fit in her world that she didn't even really feel connected to. I mean, that's why she kind of went against her parents, even marrying him. Because, of course, her father did not want her with him. And so throughout the movie, we know P.T. Barnum loves her. And I want to get her name. Okay. So I won't keep saying her, so we can know exactly who she is. Give me one moment. Okay. Charity. Okay. So throughout the movie, he becomes obsessive with recreating Charity's upbringing. He couldn't wait until when the circus started. I think it was called a museum or something instead of a circus. And he was able to buy her the big house, and she told him then, like, I don't need all this, but he still did it. And then he got so caught up with trying to be a part of high society, he kind of carried the people that was the core of his success. He got obsessed with another feminine energy because here's somebody that finally got him to cross over. The core people, it was mixed reviews about it. But most of her high society looked down upon him like as freaks, weirdos. And so then here comes, what's her name? The singer. Jenny Lynn. And it's like, wow, I finally have it. I finally have my way to cross over to high society with her. And then he starts neglecting his feminine energy, neglecting their children, and again, turning on them to pursue this. And it wasn't until he lost everything that he realized what Charity been telling him all along. And he realized, like, the core people, it wasn't just a business thing. That's what they told him. Like, you helped us actually create a family. We basically were like these loners, outsiders, and now we have a family. And, they basically told him, like, yeah, we know you kind of use us to profit, but they could tell he still had, a good heart. It's just he was wounded because he got so obsessed with providing this lifestyle that he felt his feminine energy deserved. So if you get this, when I do this pick a pile, if you get this energy, what you might see or what you might connect to is your masculine may be a masculine who's obsessed with work. Now, it could be obsessed like with daydreaming because he was a dreamer. You could have a masculine who dreams a lot, who has all these plans, and maybe he doesn't like kind of really put the work in to put it through, which was different from PC because he actually did it. But I'm just saying so you can kind of see if this really relates to your masculine. But this is a masculine who is consumed consumed with finances, okay? And it's because, again, you might connect if you come from a higher financial status and it's your masculine is trying to recreate the lifestyle he feels. This wounded thing is this insecurity. This insecurity of him not feeling good enough. He may, I feel with P.T. Barnum, I think his mother died when he in childbirth or young. I know he had the father, and then I think the father died when he was young. So your masculine may be come from an orphan kind of background. He may have lost one or both parents. Okay, again, he may have came from a low financial beginning, and what you'll relate to that is it's like he kind of carries you. He might do a lot of ghosting, okay? He might do a lot of ghosting and promises, and it's like he's always putting shit ahead of you, which makes you feel, Charity. It was very difficult for her because on one end she loved all his beautiful, imaginative, innovative ideas and dreams, and she wanted to support it. But then again, like I said, he got so caught up with it, he forgot who his foundation was with his actual employees and with his wife. It's like he was able to do all that because she was the fuel. And so you might relate to this because your masculine sometimes neglects or forgets or gets so consumed that you are that backbone. You are the one that's constantly encouraging him to pursue the dreams. But it's for him. It's like you accept him as he is. And yet he never feels good enough for you. So that's the wounded masculine energy. If you get that for your pal, this is just this man that's kind of the devil energy. He's obsessed with worldly possessions because it's like he doesn't feel good enough for you. This is his wounded energy. He doesn't feel good enough for you. And he feels like he has to do all of this to create the lifestyle you deserve because he feels like him as he is not good enough for you. So that's P.T. Barnum. So now we're going to get into the sweet bird of youth with my boo. I love me some Paul Newman. That man was foreign. I know a lot of people probably know him for the salad dressing and stuff because he was a smart businessman, had his groceries. But honey, if you don't know Paul Newman and them piercing, sexy blue eyes, honey, he was gorgeous. Love me some Paul Newman. So Sweet Bird of Youth came out in 1962. Greatest Showman came out in 2017. So, Paul Newman's character was Chance, and his feminine energy was heavenly. So, like I said, here we go with another scenario of heavenly came from a higher financial status than him. And the father kind of manipulated it. The father got in his head. So again, with this one, it may be something with the feminine parent, okay? The feminine parent kind of interfering and kind of really pushing this notion that you're not good enough for my feminine energy. I'm getting that because that's what what her father did. Boss Finley really put that notion like you not shit, you're not good enough. But he did it in a clever way until Paul Newman basically found out like what it was. And so here we go with another dreamer. So again, if you connect with this, you might have a dreamy kind of masculine. This is the type of masculine who, fantasize, might talk a lot about, oh, when I get this, I'm going to do this for you. Okay, now this may also be a masculine that's into the arts, okay, maybe into modeling, because Chance, Paul Newman's character, was trying to break into Hollywood. I think he did do a little modeling too, as well. And so here we go again, another masculine who's insecure, who loves his feminine energy immensely, but does not feel worthy enough for her, who spends so much time and energy into trying to create this life. And Heavenly, it's just like, I don't need all this shit. And I think that's what most masculines don't realize. A true feminine energy could come from a nice middle or high income. They have a humility. Most of them, it's like, I think a lot of masculines expect feminine energy to come from a higher financial background to be like Hillary from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And most divine feminine energies are not that. Very humble. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we have it, but it's more to life than money. And I think that's the problem. The masculines feel like, oh shit, they're like Hillary from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so I gotta have this money because I gotta be able to buy them designer shit. I gotta be able to take them shopping. And this is the energy that most parents of feminine energies, this is more so the parent energy. Like, I didn't gave my child this nice lifestyle. I expect her partner to match that or be higher. That's mainly the parent's point of view. That's not the feminine energy. So I think too, that's what happens like with Chance. You know, if the parent doesn't like you and they really put out there like, you know, basically you ain't shit, then it's like the masculine gets fixated on, goddamn, I gotta get this parent's approval. And while trying to get the parents' approval, they are neglecting the feminine energy. So the difference with this one, now I know with the Greatest Showman they hinted towards over there, okay, but the difference with this one is that Chance actually, you know, he kind of became like a boy's toy. You know, he used his looks and his body to financially get along. It's like his heart was always with Heavenly, but while he was trying to survive chasing the dreams, he used what he had. So you might connect to a masculine energy that has had multiple partners. And with those multiple partners, it's not like it's a love connection there. It's more of a beneficial gain, okay? You might connect to your masculine kind of being a player. And it's because this masculine is like, okay, who could benefit me and hold me over while I pursue my dreams? And what you might find is like, this masculine comes in and out your life. And when he comes, it's magical. 1212 as I speak, so check that out. It's magical. And then it's like you as a feminine energy might try to say, hey, look, you know, like, don't go. And it's like, no, because they just get fixated on this idea of, I have to have this lifestyle. Now, with this one, you might connect also if you had a miscarriage or abortion, okay, because Heavenly was forced to have an abortion because her father did not want her to have a child with Chance. So take this as further confirmation. If you have children, if you had to have an abortion, if you had a miscarriage, whatever the case may be, and I think, and that was the turning point for Chance, because that's when he had that realization. Okay, so it something happened in your connection. It's like a big tower moment that really knocks him on his ass to really say, wow, I've been so consumed with trying to provide this lifestyle. My poor baby, my lady, my feminine energy has suffered so much pain, because that's when he found out that she was carrying his child and she had to get an abortion. That knocked Chance on his ass. And he was like, he was done with this. Because he realized, like, wow. And he felt like some shit, because that's how the father used it to manipulate. So again, you might connect, if you get this, that it's some parent really manipulating it and really trying to keep y'all apart. But the father, Boss Finley, really manipulated it, basically said, oh yeah, because he was a drifter. He came into town, he knocked my daughter up and left. But Chance had no idea about it. You know what I mean? So that's why he was just like mind blown how he found out. And it was sad because the brother, again, this brother was another example of wounded masculine. So take that as confirmation if you have like a meddling brother who's constantly trying to emulate probably the father. He wanted to be his father so bad and get his respect, so he did the ultimate awful thing. Once Chance found out about this miscarriage, it was like nothing was stopping him from getting to heavenly. Despite them trying to threaten him, whatever, he was like, fuck that, I'm going to my girl. I feel like some shit I had no idea. And so the brother, Thomas Finley, I think he got a gun and he pistol whips him like fuck him. No, he got a cane. I think he had the back of his like father's cane on top of it, and he like busted his face. He said, "So you won't be able to use your looks no more." And that was like the final thing for the sister. It's like the sister tried to go on with the charade, but once they did that to him, she was done with her family and she left. So, if you get this with your pick-up pile, again, I'm just getting a lot of heavily family interference with this. I'm getting a masculine who may come in and out your life, hot and cold, have multiple partners, and it might make you feel insecure, but in reality, your masculine just sees them as an opportunity to help him while he is trying to provide, because at the end of the day, he knows his heart is with you. So that's pretty much if you get that masculine for Sweet Bird of Youth. So now we're going to go into The Way We Were. This is with Barbara Streisand and what's his name? Let me find out. I'm about to tell y'all. Barbara Streisand and Robert Redford. Okay, y'all know, if you don't know on Instagram, I really talk about this movie a lot because I feel like this is like the epitome of a wounded masculine and a very strong feminine energy. Okay, so if you get this pile, okay, this is definitely the epitome of opposites attract. Now, like I said, with the other two, it was the feminine came from a higher financial status, and the masculine came from a lower. And it's like they were both. It's like I'm trying to create this life to provide to my feminine energy that I feel she deserves and that I'm not worthy. Now, with this masculine energy, he's insecure because he doesn't stand in his truth like Katie. So we got Hubble and Katie. Hubble comes from this lifestyle, this classy lifestyle, this upscale lifestyle. But he doesn't fully connect to it, okay? And what he struggles with, because he's a writer, and this is where he's able to kind of be more his truth through his writing, he struggles with it because it's like, he knows this upscale lifestyle, it got a lot of bullshit with it, and he kind of want to stand in his truth, and that's what his attraction is to Katie. Katie is very strong, very opinionated, says what it is. She doesn't sugarcoat it, and I feel like he's so turned on by that. Like, damn, how does she do that? How does she stand in her truth like that? Like, I want to do it. But it's like he's still kind of holding on the safety net of this high society. So it's like he kind of goes to the charade. He got like the epitome of the girlfriend that somebody from his status you respect them with. Okay? He got his kind of smug friends. You know how it is. The men with money, like the smug, smoking cigars, like looking down upon people, making these like inappropriate jokes, which Katie cannot stand. And so the problem with their connection, if you have this masculine, is this masculine who has a problem standing and speaking his truth. Okay? if you have this as your masculine, he's very hot and cold. This to me, Hubble is the epitome of King of Swords. This is a highly intelligent man, but when it comes to expressing his feelings, he sucks ass with this. He doesn't know how to express himself, and it's like a secret admirer, because behind the scenes he's so in love with you, and has so much admiration for this feminine energy. 1219, that's important for twins, so look up angel number 1219 because I've been seeing that a lot. But he has so much admiration for her, but he doesn't know how to be like her, and that's why 9 times out of 10 it's going to be strong feminists who pick this power, and it's going to be very frustrating because, see, me and you, my feminine energy who picked the way we were, you are very expressive. The good, the bad, the in-between, you're going to let it, you're just going to come out. What you're thinking, and that's what he loves that too. This is definitely a power couple, a couple of the mind. Okay, y'all are the type that can get very passionate when it comes to politics, history, world events. Y'all get passionate about it because y'all both are very logical. You have very strong viewpoints. But just like that, where you are as well the Queen of Swords, as I said, like the sparring connection, you also are the Queen of Cups. But he doesn't know how to. And with the King of Cups, we're both Queen and King of Cups. It's kind of like keeping your heart close. They're not as expressive as, let's say, the King of Wands. King and Queen of Wands, that's that passion, that's that expression. That's just, you can't keep your hands. Where the King and Queen of Cups are more mature with it. They have so much love, okay? But sometimes, especially with the King of Cups, they're not the best of saying how much I love you. They like to show you. They like to fantasize about you. Okay, so you might, if you pick this power, feel like you have a masculine who's just, again, it's not as strong as speaking. This may come from their childhood. I always tell y'all, invest in childhood. Because like with some feminine energies that I've done reading on, they might have a paternal energy, a father energy, that kind of made them not speak their mind. So now when they grow up and they get in relationships, so that might be a thing that you connect with your masculine. Your masculine may have been more sensitive as a child and maybe grew up in a household where they basically was like, cut that shit out. Like, this is how, because, yeah, I would say Hubble's like, he's a Hierophant energy that he doesn't want to be a Hierophant energy. He doesn't want to be traditional, but he likes to play it safe. Okay, so this is a masculine who's not 150% because, again, this is a masculine who cares. He wants validation. He seeks validation. He wants to look a certain way to society. A part of him is like, fuck society, but then the other part of him is like, damn, I really care what society thinks about me. So this is something that you might see with your masculine energy. Again, not being expressive, being very detached. Y'all might have an on and off relationship. Okay. He might be currently in a connection with someone that, he feels is like more suitable, who's more please, because maybe, again, this might be something, it wasn't insinuated in this movie, but I'm just saying, it is a message of parents coming throughout. This may be someone who values, again, especially if this was the parent that told them to not express themselves, they may really take heed to their parents' validation, and they may currently be in a connection that their parent feel is better suited for them, because the mom, I'm getting with this one, they just gave me mom. The mom might be like, oh, hell no. She just, because you like this beautiful wildfire. It's like, it is. You get what you get. It ain't all this other bullshit. It's like, you get what the fuck you get. Take me as I am. I don't care. I'm speaking my truth. And that might be too... oh, no. She's too ghetto. She's too wild. She's too out there for my son. That's what I'm getting. I'm really picking that for people who pick this power. So, Again, I'm going to leave it here with The Way We Were. Okay? These three movies, please, if you haven't saw them, check them out. Okay? Greatest Showman, Sweet Bird of Youth, and The Way We Were. These are three movies that I really feel shows the wounded masculine kind of struggling with their identification. Who are they? Where do I stand in life? Who do I want to be viewed as? Again, caring about the validation of outside sources. Sometimes I get so, because again, with The Greatest Showman, the father could not stand him, and he was constantly trying to get the approval. And I know this too well. With me, it's not my father. My DM is constantly looking for the approval of my mother, and I just keep telling him it's not going to happen. Like, why the fuck do you care what my mom thinks about you? I'm who you want to be in a relationship. Like, why does this? And I feel like it really affects us so much because I feel like he feels discouraged because I'm extremely close with my mother. Love my mother to death. He knows I really value her opinion. And so I feel like it's just like that. It's like that thorn in his side that he really struggles with. Like, oh my God, your mom can't stand me. You're close with your mother. I don't know how the fuck this is going to work. And I'm like, I'm always going to be close with my mother, but her opinion of you should not cause delays with us. And that's what, please give me the feedback. Have y'all been struggling with that? Have your masculine really been just consumed with your parents' validation of them? Have your masculines really been consumed with providing this financial stability they feel you desire, that you deserve? Let me know, y'all. So I'm going to drop this. I'm going to work on the pick up. I also keep look out. I am dropping where I go into details of what is the wounded masculine and what is the distorted masculine, so you can know the difference between the two. But for those on the first wave for Twin Flame reunion, your masculine has came out of distorted energy, and more so it's in wounded masculine energy, where this is the insecurity. Okay, not feeling good enough, still a lot of fear. Can we really do this? Damn, we've been through a lot. So this is exactly why I wanted to do this. I'm trying to do readings and messages because, like, when I just do my my random readings for my Instagram family, this has been a message that keeps popping up. The woman's, okay, let me not say woman, the feminist frustration, the divine asking feminine for patience while the masculine figure it out. So I'm trying to do stuff to kind of help keep my feminine energy vibing high, because a lot of you all are vibing low. A lot of you all are repeating cycles. Y'all going back to step 1 and 2 when we supposed to be at like stage 10 or 15. So again, as much feedback as y'all can give me, I appreciate it. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye.